Gonna okay. Welcome everyone back to another powerful edition of the Limitless Leaders Lounge, where we celebrate visionaries, change makers, and those who are shaping the future with their dedication and passion. Today, we are honored to welcome a truly remarkable guest, Dr. Joyce L, affectionately known as Duchess. Yes, Dr. Joyce is the founder and executive director of Journeys by Grace Global Missions. She is a force for good in humanitarian advocacy and sickle cell and anemia awareness, with a strong background in business, education, healthcare, and human rights. She is a woman who wears many, many hats, each one contributing to a global impact that cannot be ignored. From non-profit leadership and patient advocacy to film production, novel writing, and public speaking, Dr. Joyce is a powerhouse, an absolute powerhouse of talent and influence. Her work has earned her numerous accolades, including the Service Excellence Award and the Kenya Radio Station Award in 2024. But beyond the awards, what truly sets her apart is her unwavering commitment to creating real, lasting change, whether through her vision of building hospitals and wellness centers across Africa or her mission to educate and empower future generations in human rights and volunteerism. Her mantra is simple yet profound. Random acts of kindness are powerful acts of love. And today we get the privilege of hearing from the woman who lives and breathes the truth every single day. So settle in, open your hearts, and get ready to be inspired, challenged, and uplifted as we welcome the incredible Dr. Joyce L to the Limitless Leaders Lounge. Hello, Dr. Joyce. How are you doing?
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me and considering me as a limitless leader.
Well, indeed, you are. Look at all the things you are doing. You are truly a powerhouse. Dr. Joyce, I know your advocacy for sickle cell anemia and humanitarian rights is truly inspiring. What personal experiences or moments led you to
Mm.
dedicate your life to these causes?
What led me to sickle cell is my grandchildren. I
Oh.
have grandchildren that have sickle cell anemia disease. And with that being said, I experienced the lack of service, the lack of education, the lack of resources, and I felt like I had to make sure I prepared the way for my family members
Mm.
and for the future generations. So that led me into the sickle cell arena. And then
Right.
traveling back and forth all over the world led me to my human rights advocacy.
Oh wow. So then the advocacy that you're doing for sickle cell is what took you around the world, and then you developed into humanitarian works.
Mhm.
So I know you have quite a diverse background here, Dr. Joyce, from nonprofit leadership and healthcare, film production, public speaking. I mean, it is amazing. I don't know how you keep up with it, but how do all these skills come together in your mission? And what drives you to wear so many hats?
Well, again, is there not a cause? That is my um, feel. And I felt that I didn't want to be chosen, but somehow God led me into this position. I
Mm.
did not want to be chosen. I did everything I possibly could not to be chosen.
You
So
cannot
with
escape
me,
it.
I end up in very bad relationships. So finally I said, God, you know what? If you use me, I'm going to behave. I'm going to focus on what you have called me to do.
A bit
I
like
knew
a
at an
Jonah
early age
moment.
I was called.
A Jonah moment. You cannot escape it. He wanted to die, but God said, no, I'm giving you this
Yeah,
mission.
I didn't want to do it. I was like, choose somebody else. I don't want to go.
So at what stage then did you realize it is a call, an actual call?
I realized it probably, I'm 68, so
Oh,
probably in
wow.
my
No, good.
30s.
Okay.
Yes. Uh, and again, domestic violence,
Mm,
fighting in domestic violence, and God just kept saying, I have something better for you. And
mm,
I said, God, in my last relationship, I said, I got abused so bad. I said, God, if you let me out this door, I will never turn around again. I will serve you forever. And that's what I did. I started doing domestic violence um, support groups. I started working with sickle cell. I created a radio show. I started doing all these different things. I started writing. I started publishing. I did everything I could to help others have a voice.
mm,
And that's where it started because I lost my voice. I said, I have to speak for other people. And
mm.
that's what led me into telling stories, to writing film. And I'm always speaking for someone else. It's that voice.
Well, that's amazing because that's then you understand them because you've been there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not easy to lose your voice, but gosh, just that very place. I mean, the Bible says that very place where you're struggling most is where God will bless you. And today you are being an advocate for so many people who are struggling in life. And you
Yes,
know, it's not easy. Life can really be tough sometimes,
it's hard.
but we have people like,
And I think the hardest part, my dear doctor, is
hmm.
asking for financial support.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the most
definitely.
humbling part. That is the most humbling experience
Mm,
of
yeah,
being an advocate.
because you don't want to look like you're begging, but you know you
Yes.
need it and you can't survive without
And yes, it's very humbling. I'm telling you, to me, that is the hardest part about doing this work. And every year I keep saying, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. I can't ask again. Because I feel like when people see me coming, they
They're
think, oh,
running.
she's asking for money.
They're like, there she go, there she go.
It's all weaving and bobbing like,
Oh my God. Oh, that's fantastic. But yeah, it is. It is. But I think collaboration is key, isn't it? Because then that
yes,
helps open up more doors and entries into more finances as well. Um, so that's
yes.
probably you know, how did you how would you say you overcome that challenge? Because that's a challenge in itself. How would you say you overcome that?
I actually financed my own mission up to this day with my own salary. I work a
Wow.
full-time job. And then in 2018, I started inviting other people and starting to partner with other people. And then I started asking people to help me, and people started to help me. But before then, I advocated by myself with my own money, and I still do to this day.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
amazing
but
because
I had to, yeah, but I had to ask, and I people started knowing that what I was doing, and then it was easy for me to ask. But I
um,
had to establish myself first. I had to have humble beginnings and just do it myself, build my reputation. And I had to just keep going and serving until other people start saying, I want to go, I want to help. And
mm,
that's what how it all began.
wow, that's amazing because I know you have a vision of building hospitals and wellness centers
Yes,
across Africa.
yes,
And this
yes.
is both ambitious and very necessary, of course. But what are the biggest challenges you faced in making this dream a reality? And how can others support this mission? And also give us any link to any website or if people can contact you as well to be able to support you. Just give it all
Yes.
up. But how can people get involved?
They can get involved by I'm on Facebook, I'm on TikTok, I'm on all social platforms under Journeys by Grace, Global Missions, because there's are other Journeys by Grace since I've been established. But Journeys by Grace, Global Missions, www.journeysbyggraceglobalmissions.com. And you
Okay.
can just direct email, just direct message me. And you can also contact me under journeysmissions@gmail.com. We
Okay.
offer annual mission trips
Oh,
locally
wow.
in your communities and abroad.
I know
We
you're going to
support,
Kenya soon. Are you going or have you just been? Because I know that you go with a few other
we're going
doctors,
in
don't
August.
you? In August.
August.
Oh, that would be
In
amazing.
August, we're going for 10 days. We have a 30-day challenge a challenge going on right now. We're looking for 1,000 people to donate $50.
Well, we're going to put this out there in the description box and in the comment section. Guys, if you can support the mission, Dr.
Thank you.
Joyce and the many people who will be benefiting from your
Yes.
kindness will really
Yes.
appreciate it. So, yes, we will put that in the chat and we'll put your contact details as well and your page
Yes.
there for people to be able to follow you because it's very
Yes.
important to support those
Yes.
people who are doing real work on the ground but just
Yes.
haven't been known globally yet. We see all these large charities and
Mm-hmm.
organizations that well, they advertise at such a high
Mm-hmm.
cost, but do we really see the works they're doing? That's a
They get,
conversation
and
for
you
another
know what?
day. Yeah,
Also, when you give to those big major corporations,
yeah,
nonprofit corporations, only 33% of that money goes to the people in the field. The rest
yeah.
of that money goes for administration,
Well,
salaries.
I
I
don't.
get no salary.
Mhm. I don't want to mention any organization, but I do know of a couple where they're
Mm-hmm.
stationed in Africa. They advertise as they're doing amazing works out there helping people, but the people who actually volunteer with them say there's barely any activities, and it's all a facade. And we
It's
have to now
correct.
start looking at the grassroots people who are actually on ground doing the works as opposed to just looking like they are. But we're not here to bash any organization. We're
No,
here to
no.
talk about
Mm-mm.
how you carry your leadership as well. So I've
Yes.
got another question for you here, Dr. Joyce. You often emphasize the power of random acts of kindness. Can you share a story where an act of kindness, big or small, completely transformed someone's life? One that you
Um, I think that the random acts of kindness, um, I can say it's my daily walk. A smile,
Mm,
being familiar with your surroundings. When you see someone walking with their in deep thought, just saying, "Hey, how you doing today?" Um, those are the random acts of kindness I'm speaking of. When I get into an Uber, I engage in conversation. Just last week, I always ask them, "How long you been driving
mm.
today?" And they'll usually say, "Oh, from 6 o'clock, 6 a.m." And now it's 8 a.m. and I need to go run and take my kids to school after I drop you off. And I always reach in my bag if I have cash and say, "Give this to your kids.
Oh,
Give
that's
this
so
to buy
sweet.
them some ice cream." Things to me, things like that are random acts of kindness. Um, just stopping at the traffic light and opening my trunk because I always carry mission stuff. Um,
Mm,
giving out some clothes or t-shirts. Those to me are random acts of kindness because it's unexpected.
mm.
It's unexpected. And to me, that's what I get the joy out of. And it just changes a person's day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. No, it is amazing. And we need more people like that because I don't know if you've ever been to London in the
I have.
UK,
Mhm.
but a lot of people are just looking quite grumpy. Just they're focused on where they're going because life is so fast paced. You just you
Yes.
you see somebody, sometimes you even smile at somebody and they give you this weird smile, like, why are you smiling at me? Yeah.
Yes.
So to have somebody who purposely makes it their mission to just go out there and speak,
Hmm.
and it makes a difference. It makes a big,
Yes.
yes. Dr. Joyce, as someone who is shaping the future of global humanitarian efforts, what advice do you have for inspiring leaders who want to create meaningful change but don't know where to start?
I would say take on a cause, even if it's in your family, within your family. Again, I'm not bashing any large organizations, but I'm saying there's humble beginnings. Start in your own family.
Mm.
If it's just hosting a once a month event with your nieces, nephews, or grandchildren, start there. Then from there, expand, taking that group out to serve someone else. Again, playing it forward. So
Mm.
people can you have to change the heart of people first.
Mm.
You have to change people's heart. And that's the advice that I give to anyone. And again, another one of my mottos, and people always laugh at me at work because they always like, uh, who's that lady? And they'll say, she's who would cry for the little boy lady. Because my thing is, who would cry for the
Oh my goodness.
she's the who would cry for the little boy lady? Because I always say, who would cry for the little boy? And my reply is, I would cry for the little boy. I'll go.
Ah,
I'll go. God send me.
mm, I
And
love that.
that's yes.
And also, it brings the family together if you're starting with the family, because we're now living
Yes.
in a time when everybody's just on their own devices and
Oh,
cousins are not really reaching out to each other. Like growing up, you were always together. Sleep in the same bed as your cousin. You go out, you have
yes.
fun. But now everybody's just so divided. The family unit is no longer
Oh my
like it
gosh.
used to be. So if you're saying to purposely create events where the family comes together and then have a
Yes.
shared goal with that as well, where you all go out and do some
Yes.
humanitarian works. Wow, what other way to
Yes.
bond, but through something that is really meaningful. I love,
Yes.
absolutely love that.
Yes.
So you do that with your grandchildren and your
Yes. Yes. I do it with my grandchildren. I do it in the community. And I am a member of many groups. And that's what I always teach people when, I always get the feedback of, well, we have problems right here in our own home. Why are you going somewhere else to serve? And I
mm,
always say, well, what are you doing? Not to be mean, but like, what are you doing so I can support you? And they
mm.
get that blank look. I was like, okay, I'll help. I'll help you. What I want you to do first is start with your own family.
Mm.
And that's where you start. You start with your own family. You start with even back to school. You have college students, excuse me, in your family. You have grandparents. Teach your children how to serve the elderly, have respect. It's so many ways to serve. It's
Yeah.
so many ways to serve. And that's what I'm all about. Just helping everybody feel okay because it's hard
Mm.
out here right
What you just said really speaks to me because it reminds me of that Bible verse. How can you take out a plank in someone else's eye when no, a speck of dust in someone else's eye when you have an
now.
entire plank in your own? So start with your own
Yes.
family first. Yeah.
So your
Otherwise,
own
they'll
family.
be looking at you like, "What? I'm here struggling. You're going to help that person and that person." They're gonna hate you.
Because and you know what else? When people ask me about sickle cell
Mm.
disease, and I said, you know what? The next time you with your family, ask them if anyone in the family have sickle cell, because somebody in your family has sickle cell anemia disease or know someone that does, and they be like,
Oh.
oh, really? There's somebody in your family that has sickle cell.
I haven't met anyone in my family that has that. I mean, maybe a carrier, but not outright.
Right, a carrier or someone. Yes, yes, someone knows that word.
Mm.
Someone knows that word in your family. Somebody either have a
Wow.
trait or the disease, or have a friend. Someone knows that word. And it's about awareness and education and service. Again, that's all I know. I didn't want to be used, but I got tired of fighting God. So I was like, okay, here I am. I'll
You will not
go.
win
Send
fighting God.
me.
Oh my God, Dr. Joyce, what would you say is the legacy that you want to leave behind for the future generations?
I want to leave a legacy of the modern day missionary. Missionary. I want that word. I just love that word, being a missionary. And
Yeah.
I want the
But,
legacy to be that I I,
mm,
I build. I build.
well, that's amazing. Because when you think of missionary, you think of the olden day ones where it's just going
Hmm.
around and just knocking on people's door and saying, I'm here to preach the Bible for you, like the Jehovah's Witnesses and the Mormons.
Yes.
But
Yes.
but there's a new twist to it. Can you tell us a bit more of how you do it, the missionary?
I'm gonna tell you how I do it. I
Mm.
involve young people. Believe it or not, I have deemed my team the modern day missionaries. We even won an award for the heart of a missionary, which is the modern day missionaries. Everyone on my team are teenagers, young nurses, young doctors, who I think the oldest person may be 45,
Okay.
young people that
Mm.
sacrifice their time and their own expenses. And they are considered, I call them the young missionaries, and they love it. And it, because again, like you said, we think of churches, or we think of old people, we think of nuns when we think about missionaries. I deem them the modern day missionary. And that's how I get the young people to serve. And
That's
it's
amazing.
just a beautiful thing. It's so beautiful.
It is, yes. So, Dr. Joyce, tell us a bit more information on the trip that you have planned in August, the missionary trip in August.
Yes, we have people from all over the world actually coming, some from South America, some from Australia, people from all over the world meet us at the airport. I never ever know who's going to meet me, who's
Oh,
going. They are send
how
their
do you know
name
you
and their
have everyone?
money. We just meet up. We'll say we're going to be in New York City, and the flight leaves at this time. They are sending all the information in. They'll meet us at the airport. Then they'll meet us in Kenya.
Ah,
And we go for 10 days. Um, we leave on August 13th. We'll depart on August 23rd. And every day we have events planned. We have the groundbreaking this year of the hospital. We spend 2 days at the orphanage, and we spend the rest of the days hosting outpatient clinics. And we also have at night, we have revival going on. So you don't have to join every event. So you have a option on what you're going to do, what you can do, and
okay.
what you want to do.
Oh, that's
And
really
again,
good.
we're going to be in Kenya. We're going to be in Kihancha, Kenya.
Kihan.
Um, and we're going to be there for 10 days, and we're going to be just enjoying ourselves and going on a safari. So if anybody want to join us, again, www.journeysbygraceglobalmissions.com or Journeys by Grace Global Missions on all social platforms. Just Google the name.
Oh, that's really amazing. So, I mean, I like that you people have the freedom to pick which event they want to go to because I've been in a
Yes.
missionary where literally we were always everywhere we went as a group together. You can't escape it. You can't say, "Oh, let me just pop over here." You had to be with the group, and there were moments where you're on route for like 8 hours just driving
Yes.
in that
Oh,
bus
yes.
with a private bus, and you're just like, "Oh my gosh, I want to do something else right now." So I love that
Yes, we make it
the
fun.
freedom to pick and choose. Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah. We have fun. We have it very well organized. Like I said, I have RNs who plan. I have nurse practitioners, medical doctors, and we plan something every day. But you don't have to attend every event. And then we spend our whole day on
Oh, it's frozen.
always have so many people who just want to serve and from very unusual backgrounds, not even just doctors and lawyers, but fitness gurus, people, fashion designers, people from all
Wow.
over that come to serve.
Well,
Hmm.
I'm definitely gonna see if I can come. 100%. I've got to see if I can come. I
Yeah,
think it'll be amazing. It'll be absolutely amazing. Dr.
yes.
Joyce, is there anything that you want to say to our listeners as a
I
as a
want everyone
closing word?
to, and when I speak to you, I'm speaking to myself. Always be nice because it can save a life. Because we never know what our smile or our touch can do to help somebody. Because God is love. You know, we're all one family, one blood, and we are the tree of life. And just hang on in there, no matter in spite of what it looks like. Nevertheless, God is love. And take your journey by grace, because God's grace is sufficient.
Absolutely. Thank you
And
so
thank
much.
you.
So we're
Thank
coming to the
you.
end of the session. So I'm just going to round up and say, wow, what an incredible conversation this has been.
Thank you.
The phenomenal Dr. Joyce has just blessed us with her wisdom, her unwavering dedication to humanitarian works, sickle cell advocacy, and global services is nothing short of inspiring. From her vision of building hospitals in Africa to her belief in the power of random acts of kindness. She said, just be kind. She has truly reminded us that leadership is about service, compassion, and action. Dr. Joyce, thank you for sharing your wisdom, experience, and a heart with us today. Your journey is a testament to what happens when passion meets purpose. And we have no doubt that your impact will continue to change lives across the world. To our audience, let's not just be inspired. Let's be moved to action, whether it's supporting Dr. Joyce's mission, spreading awareness about sickle cell, or simply choosing kindness every day. We all have a role to play in making this world a better place. Dr. Joyce, we appreciate you, we celebrate you, and we are
Thank you.
cheering you on every
Thank
step of the
you.
way. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
gracing
Thank
us.
you. Thank you for having me.
And I just pray that the Lord will continue to bless your works, and indeed you will be able to support many more people in an even bigger, more impactful way. Thank you.
Thank